Greetings, people at Hello Games, specifically the developers of No Man's Sky. It seems that just the other week I went through all my saves and re-uploaded every base image. And here we are again. This would be the third time in a month, the fifth or sixth time this year. Every time you guys do some sort of an update, this shit happens. Now, I guess I shouldn't complain. There are people who are never able to have the image of their base associated with their base in the teleporter ring. Which of course begs the question, what's the problem? I mean, the PlayStation, I'm assuming the Xbox as well, computers certainly allow you to do screen captures. Why is it that every time you do something, the image changes? Can we not have it on, the place on the console or on the computer, where whatever you do does not affect us? Because, at the very least, although technically speaking, it should be on your servers and it shouldn't change. I mean, I know one fellow who's got something like 400 bases. You can't possibly go through all of them and resave the images. By the time he'd be done, he'd have to start all over again. But this is the height of absurdity. This is stupid beyond stupid. This should have been fixed ages ago. If it wasn't like that when it began to change and it changed this, it should have been fixed right there. It is pointless something to yours, and it does not work for. Hi. And if I understand correctly, sir, you want a Mustang in canary yellow? Yes. There you go, sir. Thank you very much. First rain, you come back to the dealership and half your Mustang is green, and the dealer looks at you and goes, sorry, we're not responsible. Yeah, Ford would go out of business the next week. I mean, I'm sorry. They'd get the pants sued off of them. It's trivial, yes, but I bought the game. I'd like the basic parts of the game to work correctly. Couldn't care less about, oh, if you do this one expedition, we're going to give you a new critter. Oh hum. Great. Wonderful. And how long before the critter doesn't render properly? Okay, I'm being sarcastic and cynical here. But this is insane. This business with the with the images. Linderell Hall does not look like this. This is Copper Hill, this image right here. And yes, I grant you, those are both on the same planet, but one of them has pyramids, the other one does not. And I love the fact that there should be a huge amount of bases. I was trying to save myself the trouble of having to go somewhere specific to go to a base and I'll scroll down the list of bases and find it. Nope, sorry, no can do. Before you launch a new game, you may want to finish your other game, because it leaves a really bad taste in the mouth of the customer. And I understand that people will say, oh, they've been doing free upgrades. Yes, most of those are cosmetic. And if I understand correctly, a lot of them prevent you from having the old stuff, like the old floor panels, which, to me, an improvement on the game would be, yeah, you have the old floor panels, and now you have new floor panels. Use the ones you like. And for those of us who got the game later, it's like, okay, well, you can acquire these at the Anomaly, the base computer terminal at the Anomaly. Sorry, the construction terminal at the Anomaly. And you spend, the currency to get them. Instead of, well, what you had before, you don't have anymore. You don't have, or I don't have access to those. But look, it's bad enough that the PlayStation 4 version of the game crashes with absurd frequency on the PlayStation 5. It seems to do it less often on the PlayStation 4, but of course PlayStation 4 is struggling to do simple things like loading and saving. Takes 2 or 3 times the amount of time. The PlayStation 5 version does not seem to crash nearly as often or have the rendering issues that the 4 has. But why introduce a PlayStation 5 version of the game? The PlayStation 5 plays the PlayStation 4. You know, having a little bit more details on the grass is probably lost on most people, where we're too busy jetpacking around. But supporting your product, your original product, seems to me much more important. And I get that it's not that simple. I mean, you've got the Xbox, you've got PCs, I think you have Twitch. Well, you're up to 4 versions of the game. Why add a 5th? Which brings me right back to my, I guess, my central complaint about, well, Hello Games. The support you provide, the improvements you provide to the game are ultimately superficial. They are cosmetic. There are things that are grossly wrong with the game. And in the 2 years I've played, have either not been fixed at all, or not been fixed at all and have gotten worse. Please, Hello Games, before you no longer have the resources to devote to the game because you're so busy with light no fire, please fix the various issues that plague your game still. Oh, and since you have introduced a PlayStation 5 version of the game, I'm not suggesting you delete it or stop supporting it. But please, please, the PlayStation 4 version of the game has to be supported. I don't know if you're not allocating enough servers or what, but on the PlayStation 4 it has crashed on me at least once since I returned to the PlayStation 4 to play. Oh yes, I can't transfer my save, so yeah, thanks a lot for that. And that's the main reason why I've returned to the 4 as opposed to just upload the saves to the 5 and, you know, convert them, the bases, to the PlayStation 5. I mean, I'm sorry, but I've put way too in this game so far to just say goodbye to the half a dozen saves I have. Oh, and by the way, in an effort to resolve the rendering issues, I scrapped over a dozen bases over those 6 saves. You know, in case I was too close to the maximum number of parts. No improvement whatsoever, believe me. Had I known, I would not have uploaded halfway through the process. So yeah. Yeah. Thanks for nothing, because other games, well, that's not fair. Thank you for not providing us with save systems similar to other games, like Skyrim, for example, where you can have hundreds of saves on your console. So if you decide that something went catastrophically wrong, you know, July or June 1st, you can go the previous month and pick a save and go, okay, all my bases are there. Oh, these bases are not finished, I haven't done this on the quest. I'm gonna, you know, lose X amount of hours, but I'm willing to put up with it type thing. As opposed to, yeah, I scrap half a dozen bases and can't get them back because I only have 1 save. It's a bit longer a video than I had planned on. Cheers.